Howdy ho, folks. I wanted to address an issue that really does need to be addressed. I know other people might have brought this up before, and I know this is not just restricted to gun controllers and the gun control debate. Other groups do it in different debates, but I do think it needs to be addressed. I'm going to focus on the gun control side of things. See, the gun sense people, or gun controllers, whichever you prefer to call them, seem to think that if you don't want something that they want to be mandated by law, then you must be against it entirely. Give you an example. You'll hear gun controllers or gun sense people in this debate plenty of times make statements such as, the NRA opposes gun locks. The NRA opposes smart gun technology. These statements are blatantly untrue. First off, it's not just the NRA, it's a bunch of people. And second, it's not that we oppose gun locks, it's not that we oppose smart gun technology, it's that we oppose the mandating of it by federal, state, and local law. Now, I've said in a previous video that gun locks on a personal protection firearm are a bad idea. I stand by that, but I would never support a law prohibiting gun locks on personal protection firearms. You know, if somebody really chooses to put a gun lock on their personal protection firearm, that's their choice. Not my choice to make for them. And it's not anybody else's choice to make for them. Alright. But the idea of sitting there going around claiming that, well, because we oppose the mandating of gun locks being put on our guns, us being legally required to put gun locks on our guns, or legally required to have our guns in a safe, or for, it to be mandated that all new guns by law have to have smart gun technology incorporated into them. Well, that's just plain wrong. Alright. And they do this because, it's a lot easier and a lot more convenient for them to say, well, the NRA opposes gun locks, to actually stating the truth and saying, well, there are people that oppose the legal mandate of gun locks. There are people who oppose mandating that others do certain things that they want them to do. It's not too hard. And let's say for 1 second here that this isn't a dishonest tactic, which, I don't think that Michael Bloomberg is that stupid to where he's not being dishonest about it when, his groups make statements like this. I think he fully well is aware of what he's saying. Now, with the more gun control minions, let's say you want to give them the benefit of the doubt and pretend that they're not being outright dishonest. Okay, well, what is it then? Are they really that stupid? Are they really that willfully uninformed? Because there's not a single gun rights advocate out there that I know of that wouldn't be more than happy to inform these gun controllers on what our positions are. So, it is kind of hard for me to believe somebody's that stupid, but okay. The only other thing is that they're mentally immature. And what do I mean by that? Well, it sounds like an awful lot like they're using a thought process called centration. For those of you who don't know, centration is taking one aspect of a problem, or anything, and coming to a conclusion based on that one aspect and ignoring everything else. This is a process that develops in pre-kindergarten children, and most of the time people grow out of it by elementary. This is a common thought process among kids. I mean, if you've ever wondered why a kid says some pretty outlandish things, you can't get them to focus on other things aside from that one little aspect of the problem that they're fixated on. That's why. That's centration. Give you an example. All right, you got two items right here. Centration would be focusing on the size of these items and then coming to the conclusion that this bigger one has more metal in it, while this round here is smaller, therefore does not have more metal in it. Now, I know that this round, we all know that this round has more metal in it than this thumb drive. Explain this to somebody using thought process. This round has more metal in it by weight and by volume. Well, this thumb drive is bigger. The thumb drive contains mostly plastic. But this thumb drive is bigger. But its size and volume is almost entirely plastic. Yeah, but this thumb drive is bigger. And yes, it is like that talking to a gun controller, a gun sense person. All right. If we were to act that way, I can give you a perfect example. Somebody comes up with the idea that we should pass a law and actually gets a law proposed on the books in both the House of Representatives and the Senate that states, well, if you're over 21, have no criminal record, you must go and purchase a handgun, you must purchase ammo, and you must get a concealed carry permit. You must be carrying that gun every day. All right. Now, I know this is a fictional law. I know nothing like this is coming to the House of Representatives or the Senate. But let's say my side came out in favor of this law. Let's say, there's a group of people that came out in favor of this law, right? And you have people saying, no, that's not really a good idea. We shouldn't mandate people to conceal carry or to firearm ownership. If they acted like if the side that supported this law acted like gun sense people do, they would turn around and say their opposition is opposed to concealed carry. It might sound something like, well, Moms Demand Action is opposed to concealed carry. That's why this bill isn't getting passed. Moms Demand Action is a very powerful lobby that controls the House and Senate. It controls Congress, and Congress is too spineless to stand up to Mom's demand. Therefore, they won't pass this law. Would it matter that actually people like me would be opposed to a law mandating concealed carry? Well, that doesn't mean I'm against concealed carry. In fact, I'm very much for concealed carry. I conceal carry myself. I encourage anybody who can to look into it. To look into getting a concealed carry permit if needed. Look into legally purchasing a firearm. Training. Consider that as an option for personal protection. But it doesn't mean I should mandate that. All right? So, on that note, guys, I hope this video has been educational to you, especially to you gun controllers and those on the fence. Y'all take it easy. Have a great day now.